Hey guys, head over here at FICM Repair. So this video comes compliments of Carl in Orlando. You know who you are. So Carl and I just got off of a nearly hour-long phone call. It's what we do here at FICM Repair. We talk to you. We verify you that you're getting what you need, not what you think you need. Well, Carl had ordered up a deluxe wiring kit from us. And so I'm like, what's going on? Why do you need this deluxe wiring kit for? And he's like, oh yeah, I just bought somebody else's alternator. Just bear with me on this, please. Don't scroll. And we're like, ours is better, right? Just saying, for a friend. So we talked about all the reasons why our alternator is better. And he's like, oh man, I wish I had known, but he didn't. It's okay. But Carl watches this on TikTok, and we won't tell you what his handle is. There's lots of Carls in Orlando, Florida. But at any rate, Carl cheated on us, and he bought a Thumper, actually a 2, wrong background here, sorry, but a Thumper 2, because another one of our competitors, he called in, talked with them, and they're like, oh, you need an H-pop. And I'm like, what do you got going on? You only got $1.25 on this truck. And so he's telling me, I was like, he's got 3,000 RPMs, he's got a flutter, and he's just sure that it's the H-pop, and it was confirmed by this other well-known company. Ironically, the same well-known company that I shot a video about the other day that was preaching false information. I'm just saying. So be careful where you get your data from. So this other company said, hey man, you need an H-pop. And so they recommended a Thumper 2 to him. What's interesting about that is the boys on stock injectors. That Thumper 2 is like, oh look, mosquito, where's the 12 gauge? Oh my goodness, no. If you need an H-pop, fine, we'll hook you up with a properly sized one, but the Thumper 2 is it's for way bigger injectors. Like, you're running 225 100s? Yeah, let me hook you up with a Thumper 2. At any rate, all this said, I'm like, well, 3,000 RPM when it's fluttering and carrying on, what's your IPR duty cycle? He says, well, it's like 65%. And I'm like, dude, that's freaking too low to have us thinking that your problem is high pressure oil. It's like, it should be, if your problem was inadequate high pressure oil, it'd be at 85%. And that's not the world you're seeing. You're seeing 65%. Your problem's not your H-pop. Tell me about your FICM. He's like, well, it's doing 48.5 like all the time. I'm like, it never drops? He's like, well, I have seen it drop to 45.5 before. I'm like, well, ding, 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 ding. There's your problem. And so it's like, so what does he have? Minimally a FICM problem. Now, I'm realizing as I'm talking with him, I didn't quite catch, I didn't ask probably why he was buying an alternator, but he bought an alternator. Maybe his alternator went bad, but when alternators fail, that kills FICMs. It just does. And so it's like, interesting. Things that make you go, right? Very, 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 very much so. And so now it's like, well, what do we do with this information? I don't know. What do we do with this information? What I would tell you is that there's a service bulletin out by Ford, and what I told Carl is that there's a service bulletin out by Ford that says if you've got FICM problems and you've got other problems, solve the FICM problem first and see what's left. Carl did verify that he's running awesome fuel pressure. It never even drops, even below 50, much less 45. I forget the numbers, but they were up there. And so he was good in fuel pressure land, and we know his oil pressure is good, and he hasn't really been having any problems at all with elongated cranking. He said maybe a half a second more during a hot start, which is like, well, okay, high pressure oil. But he does have the air test tool, and he hasn't yet applied shop air to it to see if it leaks or not. But at 125,000 miles, man, I'd feel badly selling you a newer style H-pop. I think it's just too early, especially because they all come with this little guy here, this snap to connect fitting, this now branch tube adapter that threads on and doesn't just pop off. Well, he already ordered the Thumper 2 from this other company. It's already en route. In preparation for that, he already had pulled the turbo. It's like, oh my God. You do know the tech support from us is free, right? Like, you could call us. And you might not always get me. You might get somebody else. But if you want to talk with me, just ask for me. I'll take your phone call. It's fine. I might have to call you back because I spent a fair bit amount of time on the phone. But I'll get you called back eventually. And we can talk through this stuff and verify you're not spending money on stuff you don't have to. Well, now that his turbo is already off, it's like you might as well pull the H-pop cover and see if you do indeed have this branch tube adapter, or if you've got the snap connect fitting, or if there's a problem. Or you might as well just say, hey, I got $1.25 on this thing. Let me go ahead and buy this snap to connect fitting for the $80-something that it isn't. And so, because it's already apart, but chances are solid he doesn't have to take it apart at all. And so I guess this is a very long-winded way of saying, thank God for gauges. And I'm super glad that he bought something from us so we could have the conversation. Because if you order from us, you're going to get a phone call from one of us. Maybe me, maybe somebody else. But saying, hey, what do you got going on? We were just wanting to know what size charge stud his alternator was. And then he said he was cheating on us. Because he just ordered this alternator. Anyway, but one thing turned into another, as it oftentimes does. And we end up hitting on a whole different pathway towards saving a ton of money. And so it's like, so he's already spent a few $1,000s trying to chase this problem, and we just fixed this problem in a singular phone call. So he's sending his FICM into us now, and his problem almost certainly is going to go away. But chances, but if it doesn't go away, then at least he knows that, hey, that was indeed a problem. We can talk about next steps. So tech support's always free. The goal is never to sell you anything, just to tell you stuff, never sell you stuff. We rep for everybody, including this other well-known company, just saying. And we can help you navigate the minefield to say, hey, what parts do you actually need, and hook you up with what you actually need, not with what you think you need, because those things might well be different. All right? So, very good. Hope this was helpful for somebody. FICMRepair.com. We're all in this together. Thank you, guys.